Okay, what's going on, people? It's your boy Brandon Brevon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. Y'all already know what's going down today. So guess what? Turn it off, turn it all the way off, boy. Oh man, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Brevon Towns, and this is Sports Plus Life. This that there sports show, sports talk show where we talk about all the necessary topics that need to be discussed. We definitely throw some life up in that there thing too. If this is your first time ever listening to Sports Plus Life, definitely hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family. And I don't just, do Sports Plus Life on my YouTube channel. I'll sometimes do the Sports Plus Life Quickie, which is a in-person version of me. Well, it's a live version of me, and things of that nature. But I hope everybody is doing good. It feels like springtime out there today, man. It feels like springtime today. It's felt like springtime all week, and it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. March 11th, 2020. And there's some things that need to be talked about. I was thinking about doing one on Monday, but I'm glad I waited till today as we have seen some things unfold. But again, I hope everybody's having a good day, a wonderful day. And, we just got to we got to get to this. We got to get to this right now because I have my thoughts and my opinions. And I think you guys know what I'm going to talk about first because it's been the lead topic of everything all over the world. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, I got to lead off, like I said, with what everybody has been talking about. And I don't believe that I've addressed this yet on this show, but the coronavirus. The coronavirus has gotten out of hand. It's gotten over here into the United States. It's spreading worldwide panic, and my heart goes out to those who have been affected and to those who have lost life because of the coronavirus, and it's really starting to piss me off. I mean, because now it is starting to mess with my sports. And I'm not saying that like, oh, that's the only thing that matters to you, sports. No, of course not. I just gave my condolences, and I meant that, from the heart. I really did. But I am a sports nut. I am a sports nut. Some people have things in their life that pretty much keeps them sane. Some people have work. Some people, to stay sane, they like to stay busy at work. Some people, to feel like they stay sane if they smoke a blunt. Or if they have a drink, or if they do some music, draw a picture, whatever. Some people have their outlet that keeps them sane. I am a sports junkie, and this punk ass virus is fucking with my sports now. Okay, it is, because now this is supposed to be one of the greatest weeks in the year for sports, particularly in the United States of America. And this is championship week because next week starts the NCAA tournament. Well, what have we been hearing all week? This tournament has been canceled, or we're going to play this game without fans, or this, that, and the third. The Ivy League cancels this tournament. The MAC is having all their tournaments without fans. Ain't this about a bitch? Now, me personally, no, I'm not going to any of these games. But it's like, dog. It's like, goodness gracious. You mean to tell me that this thing hasn't been contained and we've been hearing about this thing for months now? And I tell you why. Now, you call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That is a man-made virus that was cooked up in somebody's lab in Asia, and it's gotten a little bit out of control, or maybe it hasn't. Maybe it hasn't to the powers that be. You could look at that however you want, but nobody can convince me otherwise that this is a man-made drug, okay, for the use of population control. And this is a man-made drug that has no vaccine, no cure to it yet. Man, please. God damn it! not everybody that has caught the coronavirus has died from it. So what does that mean? That means there's something out there to keep people from it being a fatality. You know, but like I said, this is for population control, and it's gotten a little out of hand. I mean, this is crazy. I don't know how many of you guys remember the movie, remember the movie Outbreak, the 1995 movie with Dustin Hoffman and Cuba Gooding Jr. about this outbreak of this disease, and the cure was like some monkey from Africa or some shit like that. But this is like real life outbreak. This is, and then, or I Am Legend. I mean, this shit is getting crazy. Or the Planet of the Apes. You know what I mean? This shit is getting crazy. And it's like, there hasn't been anything to contain this thing yet. This thing has hit Virginia, has hit my home state. It's hit in Hanover. But now, like I said, it's fucking with my sports. Bullshit! And it's really getting on. I mean, it was already getting on my nerves because, like I said, this just feels like it's really getting on my nerves because this just feels like some man-made shit. It just really does. And now, just a few minutes ago, breaking news: the NCAA will play their championship tournament. March Madness will be played in empty stadiums without fans. You have got to be kidding me. Like I said, I don't plan on going to their game. I'm almost on the verge of saying, you know what? Just go ahead and cancel the damn thing. I mean, cause I don't know. I hope they get real creative. I heard something on the radio, on ESPN radio, about because tonight the Golden State Warriors, they're gonna play their game at their home stadium in San Francisco without any fans. And it was somebody who's a beat writer for the Warriors suggested having a DJ in there to kind of give it a feel as if you were playing at the park and you had the boombox laid on the side of the court and you got the music playing. That would be cool. That would be cool. I mean, honestly, that's pretty much on some Big 3 type stuff. But it's this virus is getting on my nerves. I mean, because it's just, what a time for this damn thing to hit and get really, really effective. Like Italy is on a countrywide lockdown. Like, this is crazy. You know, and they're saying, don't get on a cruise ship, don't get on an airplane. I wasn't planning on getting on a cruise ship or an airplane anyway. I mean, my heart goes out to people who do, or the people who have already bought their airplane tickets. Yeah, I don't think so. And what I've heard is people who have bought flight tickets ain't getting no damn refund. That would really piss me off. That would really piss me off if I have a flight ticket to go anywhere, and now because this damn virus, I don't want to go now, and I can't even get my money back. That's what I'm wondering about. How about the people who have already purchased tickets to these sporting events or these concerts now because, you know, there are acts and music that are totally canceling their tours and whatnot. Are they getting their money back? Because if nobody's getting refunds, this seems like an even bigger scheme to me. But there's a lot of people that are, you know, there's a lot of money. There's millions and millions and millions of dollars that's being lost just because of how NBA is choosing to handle this, of how MLS is handling this, how the NCAA is handling this. The XFL, their game, their Seattle team is going to play their football game on Saturday in an empty stadium. They're a new league that's actually been pretty popping for a football league, and they have to deal with this. I'm like, come on, man. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that this is an act of God. I just don't believe that. This was cooked up in somebody's lab for population control. I do not believe. And why is it always something coming out of Asia? I mean, for real. I mean, it just makes no. I mean, it's just dumb. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. And you know, the cold hard truth is that this thing could get a whole lot worse before it gets better. You know, Who knows? And I pray, trust me, I pray that there's some type of containment on this thing within the next couple of weeks, because who knows? You know, we could wake up and be told that we can't even come and fuck outside. Or you know, kids can't have school no more. People can't go to work. You know, if we're not careful, there could be a breakdown in society, knock on wood. Because, I mean, and a lot of things don't, you know, irritate me, but when you fuck with my sports, just like 9/11, I was a teenager when that happened, and they canceled the next week of NFL games. Boy, I was hot. I mean, I was already sad because of what happened to the people in New York and D.C. But man, I was hot. I was mad. And, you know, there's something that needs to be done. I don't believe that there's no vaccine for it. That's bullshit, because if there was no vaccine for this virus, then there would be pretty close to 100% death toll to people who catch it. And it's not. You know, it's not. It's just some bullshit. It's just some fuck shit by somebody trying to have population control. I mean, you could go and say New World Order is, or whatever. However you are viewing what I'm saying, if you listening to what I'm saying, however you want to picture that as. Like I said, you call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. I don't think this is an act of God or anything like that. Or a bad bacteria or whatever. I'm sorry. That's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't believe that. I don't. And like I said, this is supposed to be one of the best weeks, or matter of fact, the next, 3 weeks, this 3-week period is just supposed to be awesome for the NCAA, who is taking it on the chin, for other reasons. But one thing we still love is we love us some March Madness. We might not talk about college basketball all year long, or as consistent as you talk about the NBA and the NFL. But one thing, especially in America, we love March Madness. We do. We love it. And the one thing that we love about March Madness is the fact that upsets happen. And what are the things that can attribute to a great upset? If you have a fan base to an underdog team that can pump up that team, provide energy and juice, just get your what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. Get your adrenaline. Yeah, get your adrenaline flowing. That stuff can't be seen in a stat sheet. Or if you're a fan base and you're coming to see your team, and your team plays a couple of games later, but you're just there all day chilling, enjoying some basketball, and you're watching the game and you see an upset. We all know that, fans get behind an underdog team. Now, we're not going to have that this year because of this punk ass virus. And that makes a big, big, big difference. That's what makes March Madness special. It does. That's what makes March Madness special.
Oh, your fat ass don't come on my house no more.
And now, what I would do, I would move the Final Four out of Atlanta. I would do that. I would. But, I mean, wow. Wow. That's just crazy. It's crazy. It's getting ridiculous, man. It is. But I mean, to anybody who listens to this, just say a prayer and just pray for the well-being of your family, yourself, to those affected and impacted by this virus, and those who haven't been affected, pray that they don't get affected by it. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do, because I'm quite sick of turning on the TV, turning to ESPN or FS1 or CBS Sportsnet and hearing about, well, this is what's going to get done about the coronavirus. Man, fuck that goddamn virus. Let's play ball. And really, the basis of the virus what they say was preventable is just be clean. I mean, for real. But see, that's going to be the hardest part. Human beings' natural instinct to be physical. Not necessarily physical with, people in your family or people that you live in the same household with, but physical with strangers. That's the hard part. But that's really the prevention to this virus. I mean, you can stop people from going in the stadiums, but you ain't gonna stop motherfuckers from going to sports bars to watch their team. Now they have to, unless they just watch it at home. But now they have to. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna stop people from possibly tailgating outside of the stadium just like you would for a football game and literally watching the game in a big crowded area like it's Jurassic Park out in Toronto where the Raptors play at. What you're doing is you're asking human beings to stop doing what comes natural to human beings, particularly an invested fan. Now, I understand it may be for the best of this virus, but you think that this is going to be easy at all? Nah, it's not. It's not, because what you're doing is human beings, and when I know the few football games that I've gone to, when I've gone to Philadelphia to with my brother, when we're in those stands, and something good happens, I'm high-fiving and dapping up people I ain't never seen in my life. That's the beauty of sports. That's the beauty of it, though. It brings people together of all different races, ethnicities. That's the beauty of sports. And now you've essentially taken that away. And I mean, it's like I say, it's not cool. It's not cool. I understand, you want to make sure that everybody's healthy, but I mean, damn. I mean, my hat's off to even the people who have said that, I forget what state it is, but only 1,000 people can attend. I guess, but it's like, wow. I mean, wow. And like I said, to the people who bought tickets, I hope you can get your money back. All I can say, I hope you can get your money back.
Oh, your fat ass don't come on my house no more.
I mean, it's to a point where you almost don't want to go nowhere. I want my family to go to Myrtle Beach in a couple of weeks for spring break. I don't even think I really want to go now. I'm not sure. Just real talk. I really, for real. Because it's like, I mean, damn. I mean, well, I wanted to just talk about that situation because now I want to discuss some basketball. I want to discuss some hoops. Over the weekend, the Los Angeles Lakers had a wonderful weekend in the NBA. They defeated the Milwaukee Bucks and then beat the Clippers. They beat the Clippers on this past Sunday and then had a letdown last night by losing to the Brooklyn Nets in Staples. So, of course, the Lakers are still number one in the West. Clippers are still number two in the West. Milwaukee is still number one. Giannis is going to be out for a couple of games because he had a mild knee sprain against the Lakers last Friday. What that means to me as far as the Lakers beating the Clippers, it just proves that they can beat them. It hasn't changed my mind as far as the outcome, what the ultimate outcome will be, assuming we can play the playoffs. I mean, I still think that the Clippers are a better team than the Lakers. I think if they are to meet in the playoffs, I would still pick the Clippers to beat the Lakers, even though I am a Lakers fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not gonna even pretend that I am, but I am a Lakers fan. I'm a lifelong Lakers fan, and since the tragedy with Kobe, what I said that very next episode was, LeBron, you better get it done. And I stand by that. I mean that. LeBron, you better get it done. But if you're going to ask me my honest opinion, I still think the Clippers are a better team. The Lakers just played a better game on Sunday. They did. Things have been heating up. as far as the playoff standings are concerned. TV is not going to allow us to not realize that the New Orleans Pelicans are trying to make the playoffs because they're televising every Zion Williamson game that he plays. And they are in the 10th spot right now. The Memphis Grizzlies still have the 8th spot. And, the playoffs are next month. We hope, I'm not even being funny on that. We hope that the playoffs are next month. As far as the MVP race goes, there was going to be some point in time where you looked at LeBron, who's having a hell of a season. I'm not going to front. They're going to make the case that LeBron should be the MVP over Giannis. Last week on the show, I said that I believe the Bucks would win 70 games. They've since lost 3 straight. That's not going to happen now. I don't think they'll win 70 games. I think they have 12 losses now, so I think they would have to be go undefeated. So that's not going to happen. You just more or less now want to get into the playoffs with a healthy Giannis. Just got word that Ben Simmons is going to be out at least another 3 weeks. This has just been a disaster season for the Philadelphia 76ers. It really has been.
You suck.
I had them coming out of the East. And now Simmons and Embiid are not healthy.
God damn it!
Both of them are out. And to be quite honest with you, they picked the wrong guy to keep there. They signed Tobias Harris to a $180 million contract instead of Jimmy Butler. What were you thinking, Elton Brand? I mean, I believe that if you still have Jimmy Butler, I believe then you're probably second in the East. You're probably right behind Milwaukee. Miami, I would seriously consider Jimmy Butler for MVP because you see his value. Even when Simmons and Embiid were there, they weren't even in the top 4 as far as the Eastern Conference was concerned. But Miami there's a point in time where Miami was right behind Milwaukee. And a lot of people think that Miami can take out Milwaukee. I don't. Just realistically, I don't. I think Miami has had a great year. You've seen Jimmy Butler's worth. You really have seen his worth. As I don't see how people could have missed that, because when he went to Minnesota from the Bulls, Minnesota made the playoffs for the first time in forever. He leaves there. They ain't done shit since. Philadelphia is a miraculous Kawhi Leonard shot away from possibly going to the conference finals last year and maybe to the NBA finals. And he leaves Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is they're the 6th seed now, which is where they may end up staying. So I don't know. But the way that I think things are going to turn out, I think, of course, the West is going to come down between the Lakers and Clippers. And if I was a betting man right now for the East, I wanted to say Milwaukee and Philadelphia. I can't say that with a straight face. I would honestly have to say it may be a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Championship between Milwaukee and Toronto. People are sleeping on the defending NBA champions. The Toronto Raptors are having a great year. They're having they are kicking ass. But nobody takes them seriously because they don't have Kawhi Leonard. LeBron ain't in the East no more. He is in the West. And that was Toronto's bugaboo when they just had DeRozan before the trade for DeRozan for Kawhi. LeBron is still out West. Kawhi got to deal with him. So I'm just saying, it would not shock me one bit to see the Raptors get back to the finals. It wouldn't. And then you see more Drake. You do. You see more Drake. So yeah, that's pretty much the NBA in wrap up. And it's crazy because this virus is affecting so much. Major League Baseball is, they opening day is in 2.5 weeks. And they've already talks of playing in empty stadiums for baseball. Now, the NFL is about to have free agency start up, and really the main thing that's been talked about in free agency for the NFL is Dak Prescott, his contract, which is only news because he's the Cowboys quarterback. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. And Tom Brady. Those are the two main things that you've heard about. I like my Broncos trading to get A.J. Bouye from Jacksonville. But that's pretty much all you hear about when it comes to football. Dallas just made him an offer, over $100 million guaranteed. I guess he hasn't accepted it yet. If he doesn't accept it within the next couple of days, he'll be franchise tagged and make like $33 million next year. Which to me, I think is stupid. I think if I was Dak Prescott, I would take that. I mean, I would take that. He would be making about 33 to 35 million per year and 105 million guaranteed. Bruh. You know what I mean? You more than doubled Ezekiel Elliott in guaranteed money. Bruh. Dog, you ain't even make the playoffs last year. Are you fucking serious? You didn't. You say anything you want to about Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz made the playoffs because he beat you. I mean, straight up. I don't know what kind of game is trying to be played. Maybe I can get my man Tony on the line, even though I don't really like talking about the Cowboys because they don't deserve it. I mean, just straight up. I mean, Tom Brady, on the other hand, his free agency situation, that deserves a bit more attention, even though I think all of this talk with Tom Brady is much ado about nothing. I really think that he's going to end up coming back to the Patriots. And if he doesn't, so what? Retire.
Biatch.
That's what I said. Retire, motherfucker. Sit down. Be with your amazingly beautiful wife, your wonderful children. I mean, you really asking for that one hit?
Oh, your fat ass don't come on my house no more.
But that deserves more attention than Dak Prescott. Brady has accomplished a lot. What has Dak accomplished? Gone to the playoffs twice? Whoop-de-doo. Good for you. Like, straight up. Good for you. The Buffalo Bills have been to the playoffs just as much as you have since you've been in the league. Think about that. So, good for you, buddy. Now, people are now finally starting to get hit. And if you go back a couple of shows, let's say go back maybe about a month ago, when they were talking about where Tom Brady should go, probably over a month ago, I said that he should go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. People are now starting to come around to that notion, and I'm just laughing and saying, I said that in January, that Brady should go to Tampa. If he still has something left and he hasn't fallen off the cliff, the weapons in Tampa Bay are awesome. They are awesome. They have play. They could run a slightly better defensive scheme, but they do have good players on their defense. But their offense is awesome. They could use a better running back because I don't think Peyton Barber is it. But other than that, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate, Perriman. Tampa is loaded. Bruce Arians is your coach. Again, I will sit here and say it. I said it first. I don't give a damn what network of sports talk shows any of y'all listen to. I said Tampa Bay first. Doesn't mean he's going to go there. The whole notion of him going to San Francisco on a trade for Garoppolo, that's to me, that's just smoke and mirrors. That's just talk. That shit ain't going to happen. San Francisco ain't going to do nothing that fucking dumb. I'm for real. I don't think they would do anything that dumb to trade your quarterback that just led you to the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn if it was running game or not, because if the running game led you to the Super Bowl, you should have kept running. You would have won the damn Super Bowl. But They're not going to trade Garoppolo for Brady when you could have Garoppolo at least for another 6-7 years playing effective football, and you have Brady for maybe 2. No. Now, the Chargers, I could see them going after him. I could see that in L.A., but I don't see Brady going there because he don't want to see Patrick Mahomes twice in a year. You don't. You don't want to see Patrick Mahomes twice in a year and possibly a third time in the playoffs. No. If he's going to a team in the AFC, it will be, I believe, the Tennessee Titans. I've heard the Colts thrown out there. Good offensive line. Great offensive line. But maybe. But if he's going to a team in the NFC, I wouldn't do the Cowboys. I would seriously go Tampa Bay. But the end result, what I think, is he's not going anywhere. I have to see it to believe it. I do not believe Tom Brady will leave New England. I have to see it to believe it. And hard pressed to believe that he's going to leave New England for Nashville. I could be wrong. They got some players over there too. Derrick Henry helps. And he got the relationship with Vrabel. They were teammates, won 3 Super Bowls together. I get it. I mean, that I would be less surprised at that. I would be less surprised at that. I could see that happening before I see him going to the Chargers, just because Kansas City's in that same division. And you don't want to see them. You don't want to see them twice a year. I'm a Bronco fan. I don't want to see them motherfuckers twice a year. Yeah, I really don't. So, but that's really all that's been popping as far as football goes. They've pushed back the CBA vote until Monday. And they also want one thing I will say that I do like as far as what's been going on with the collective bargaining agreements. I do like them adding another team to the playoffs for each conference. Like, as far as the 17-game regular season goes, they can keep that shit for real. I mean, I think they should just leave it at 16 games, but adding another team to the playoffs, I think that's dope. But that's going to be interesting, because there's always that war. It's crazy because I remember, when the last collective bargaining agreement thing had just got done, and it's like, damn, it's been like 10 years already. Where does the time go? I mean, goodness gracious. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I didn't have any guest on here today, so that's all good. But with that being said, what a buzzer. And I didn't get into Stephon Marbury's comment as far as LeBron James goes, saying that he's not a real Laker. I mean, I agree to a certain point. He's not a real Laker, but if he brings us a title, hey, there you go. But in other news, Harvey Weinstein got sentenced today, 23 years. And that's just for the charges in New York. So he's in Rikers Island. Can't say I can find any pity for him. Especially the way that they've done the way they've done or are trying to do our black celebrities. So it is what it is. Good riddance. So, again, this is Brandon Brevon Towns. This is another episode of Sports Plus Life. Once again, if you have not listened to us before, definitely hit that subscription button. Become part of the Sports Plus Life family. I'll be back at y'all soon. Everybody be safe out there, for real. All right? Peace.